Well, howdy hiddly ho there, neighboroonies. It's another episode of this show where we play a game for an hour. Why do we play the game for an hour? So that we don't spend too long on it, but we get enough gameplay in to make an assessment. That's why. If I played it for more than an hour, we'd be playing video games until the end of time. Already will be. There's too many of them. What's today's episode? Glad you asked. It's James Buster Douglas Knockout Boxing for the Genesis. I've been dreading this day. Been dreading this day horribly. The Master System version of this game was, how do I say, ghastly? Abysmal? I mean, those are some big old chunky sprites, you know? Hold on, I gotta move this window. There we go. So you may immediately say, hey, it looks pretty nice. I say no, it looks garbage. I know how these games work. Okay, we have one player mode, two player mode, or spectator mode. I'll do one player mode. I'll do easy for now. Round select. I don't know what that means. It defaulted to 3 though, so I guess we'll start there. That means it's a 3-round bout. Okay, hold on. Let's look at our lineup here. We have Buster Douglas, of course, obviously. That is the James Buster Douglas of James Buster Douglas Knockout Boxing. 29 years old, 6'4", 231 and a half. Ha! He weighs less than me. I'm a bigger beefcake than he is. Oh, wait, never mind. 29 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw. Not a bad record, right? We got King Jason, 28, 5'11" and a half. Oh, sorry, officially manlet status by just half an inch. Sorry, bud. 200 and a half pounds. 31 wins, 4 losses, 4 draws. You know, one might call that a marginally better record than James Buster Douglas's. Fernando Gomez, 33 years old, 6'2", 193 and a half. 23, 3-1. That's pretty good. Kim Nang, 23 years old, 5'8", 190 pounds. 38-0 with 2 draws. Now you may ask, why aren't these guys the poster child for this game? Why is old Buster the poster child? And if I am recalling correctly, somebody remind me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's because Buster upset Mike Tyson. Like, and just, he got the match. Everyone was like, oh, okay, I guess Mike Tyson will knock out Buster now. And he won. He didn't, like, hold on to popularity for very long, though, was the problem. He was kind of a flash in the pan. And this is if I am remembering my Wikipedia rabbit trails correctly. So you may want to fact check that on your own independent way here. We have Dynamite Joe. That's not a real person, is it? 27 years old, 6 feet exactly, 195 and a half, 32 wins, 4 losses, 3 draws. And then back to Buster. Well, I guess we gotta play as Buster first because, you know, the game is about Buster. Alright, championship match 1. We immediately just get a championship match, huh? Okay, here we are, give it a nice little punch. There's Fernando. Alright, immediately where's the kick button? Okay, so this button does nothing. Okay, very good, very good. We have kind of an uppercut, kind of a jab. Very good. Okay, well, it already sucks. I already hate it. This is like a clinch, maybe? Well, ladies and gentlemen, James Buster Douglas Knockout Boxing. It's exactly what I would have expected. We don't want to just, like, start mashing buttons, probably. Probably. It appears that no matter what we do, though, we kind of just punch in the exact same area. You get your punch and you get your jab and you get your uppercut, but you can't, like, well, I guess that's kind of punching slightly higher and slightly lower, but not by much. Man, this whoo! This really sucks so far. This is easy difficulty, by the way. You saw me select it. Oh, I had him against the ropes. But he managed to get me there. Okay, I'm down on the floor. I don't want to fight it, man. I don't want to struggle. I want this to be over. I'm assuming that you mash buttons to get out of it. Okay, I'm up at the count of 9. Jeez. Oh no, he's completely safe. Break. Okay, fine. Oh yeah, I learned that this is how you actually box from the was it Mayweather-Pacquiao fight where they just like hugged the whole time? And everybody was like, wow, that fight kind of sucked. And I was like, hey, welcome to boxing. You want some real fighting? Go watch pro wrestling. Real fighting. I feel like it shouldn't even have to be said. Obviously, I'm joking. What the heck? How did that happen? He just suddenly collapsed. He'll get back up. At 9. Or maybe not. I felt like I was getting my ass handed to me that whole time, and all of a sudden, Fernando Gomez just crumples. He's like, bleh. Is that just what easy mode is? You keep punching enough and they'll mercy kill the enemy? The opponent? Sorry, I guess it's not an enemy. Alright, match 2. Go up against, who's this, the King? Yeah, King Jason. Are these all other real boxers, or am I just like losing my mind and is Buster the only real one? My god, this game is bad. Like, I haven't really played Ready to Rumble Boxing, but from its reputation, I'm like, what does a good boxing game look like? Because I heard that's a solid one, and my only experience right now is with these horrible old boxing games. Well, that's not true. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was obviously fantastic and from this era. But I've also always kind of seen Punch-Out with a skewed perception. Like, I've always felt like it's more of a very fast-paced puzzle game than a strict boxing game, but I'll tell you what, it's more of a boxing game than this. This is... You can't knock me down. Never mind, I guess you can. Mash those buttons, baby. There we go. Okay, we knocked him down. But good thing I'm on easy mode. Or I would not be doing anything right now. I have to assume that there's a way where you can strategize and play the game properly, but currently I'm finding that you just kind of gotta flail wildly. I guess this is a false equivalence, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It's like when you're playing against a kid who's new to Street Fighter and they're button mashing and they can't get anything done and you're destroying them and they're like, how are you doing all that? I'm pressing all the buttons and nothing's happening. Except this game doesn't have, like Shoryukens and Hadokens and stuff like that. I'm trying to play like a mildly defensive game here, but instead I just get conked in the face. Like, I go near them, they destroy me. They go near me, it's no problem for them. Dude, look at the ref. He's a wide boy. Have you ever seen such a wide referee in your life? Land an aircraft on that dude. I'm not calling him fat, I'm calling him just like, horizontal. Oh my god, we really got a big ol' hit on him there. Oh, that's a straight punch to the face. That's beautiful. I need to get a few more of those in, though, for anything real to happen. There we go. Oh, by the grace of easy mode, I'm winning fights. I can't imagine how unplayable this game would be on normal or hard. But that's a first round knockout. You get destroyed, Kim Nang. The funny part is, too, if you're comparing this to the Master System version, and you're like, wow, I really need to own James Buster Douglas Knockout Boxing, you can get the Genesis version for like $7. You can get the Master System version for like $550. The Genesis version literally costs 70 times less than the Master System version. In case, you decided that you were in the market for this amateur game. I should have mentioned, this was developed by Whiteboard and published by Sega. I didn't immediately make that known here, but I'm not familiar with Whiteboard, and obviously we can't blame Sega because they didn't actually make it, they just published it. So we can blame them for it being, you know, printed and sold, but they didn't make it. Actually, come to think of it, is Whiteboard one of Sega's in-house studios? They might even be, so maybe I shouldn't put them off the hook yet. You know, just like how Ultra Games is Konami. I'm not that familiar, though. Alright, we won another fight. Now we gotta do the title defenses. Does this just go on indefinitely? You defend your title just kind of forever? I guess we'll find out. Against old Fernando, who actually put up one of the bigger fights that I'd seen. He was the only guy to get me down for a 9 count. This time, though, he's looking a little less impressive. Although not completely incompetent. He took one nasty hit from me, and he's kind of recovered. Oh yeah, look at that. He almost did better than me there. Oh, come on. So I was playing my Jaguar a little bit. Oh, look at him! Oh, he's knocked out against the ropes. That's actually pretty sweet. That looks cool. Anyway, as I was gonna say, I was playing my Jaguar. I was playing some Wolfenstein 3D for the Jag, because I heard that's actually, like, low-key one of the best versions of the game. And it is a great version of Wolfenstein 3D, I can't lie. Predictably, I found out that one of my Jaguar controllers, the pause button doesn't work. Which isn't a huge deal, like... If there's one button I had to live without, it would be the pause button. And then the other Jaguar controller, the D-pad is just completely messed up. I'm like, I'm not mad, because the Jaguar's notorious for failing. I'm just surprised that everything works as well as it actually does. Alright, another defense match. Here we go. Boy. This is the kind of game where I have to talk about something else the whole time, because if I stay focused on this game, I'm gonna lose my mind. Like, I was dreading this episode. I saw that this was coming on the list, and I was like, that's not gonna be a very good time. Lo and behold, I appear to have been correct. It's not a very good time. There was, of course, the small part in the back of my brain that was hoping that maybe it would be better than I was gonna give it credit for, because I do think that optimism defeats pessimism when it comes to this kind of content here. I know that there are a lot of people who get rage clicks or stuff like that, you know, people who just watch them because they're always mad. I don't like that. I like to actually show that I enjoy my preferred hobby, right? Like, I love video games, man, and whenever I play a new video game, I desperately want for it to be good because I want to have a good time. I don't want to sit there and be angry at it for an hour here. But, you know, sometimes a game is kind of beyond reconciliation. The question for me is going to be, is this game better or worse than Zany Golf? And boy, that'll be a very, very difficult one, because Zany Golf was a pretty bad game. But then again, Zany Golf also had a little bit of variety, so maybe that's my answer right there. Because holy cow, this is literally the same thing over and over. I believe the Japanese name for this game was Final Blow, which almost makes it sound like something cool, but then you pop it in and you're like, oh god, it's just a boxing game. So, what are the positives to this? Obviously, I said that the chunks are big and spritey. The sprites are big and chunky, which is kind of neat. Oh no, I'm down. Also, like, the sheer amount of animation that they put in the arms is pretty nice. Okay, well, I've lost my title belt. Great. We've done it. We've gone and lost. Oh, man. Game over? Oh, wait, but we can continue. I don't know how many times, but we can. Dude, at least Rocky on the Master System had, like, the mini-games and the stat ups and stuff like that. Like, I didn't think Rocky was very good at all. When you had to actually play the game, it was like, oh god, please help me. Stop me. Stop this hell from occurring. But, I had a little bit more to do. This is... You don't even get a true options menu. It's literally... The game starts, it's like, alright, you want 1 player or 2 players. Not that that was uncommon for the time. There we go, we got him down this time. So, he may get up. Never mind, he's dead. Oh, that's right, you lose your high score when you continue. Oh no. Whatever will I do? What was I talking about? Yeah, I like video games. Hot take in this day and age, I know. Oh, I have a day off at the end of the week. It's the one where I said I'm going to see Rotting Christ and then Charlie XCX the night before. Real excited for that. I got a little bit nervous because I had peeped the set list for the Rotting Christ shows. So I wanted to know kind of what to expect from it. It's a good set list, but I was initially worried because the person who had uploaded it had like saved it as a draft first, and there were only like 5 songs. I was like, no, that can't be. I was like, they don't have particularly long songs. If it were like 5 songs by like Paysage Diver or something like that, I wouldn't be so surprised. They have like 20-minute long songs, but I was like, this doesn't seem right. And sure enough, it was not right. It's not just 15-minute long set lists. They fight, they say. I just had to wait for them to update the rest. And the end result is that the set list is pretty sweet. I'm looking forward to it. Oh my god, man, come on. And I thought that there may have even been a scenario where they only get to play short sets too, because it's like a 6-person tour. There are so many bands on the bill, but I thought they're the headliners. There's not a chance. Borkman's playing like 8-song sets. Oh no! Stay down, asshole! Stay down! Shit. Oh! Got up at 1, and then the bell comes back. The bell comes back, yeah. Oh god, look at how much he has recovered. Just get him up against the ropes, and then pretend that you know what you're doing. You know, the fantastic part about this, though, is that I don't have to buy this game. I don't have to own it. I don't have to play it again once this is over. This is the last version of it. It just had that Master System version and this Genesis version. There's no Game Gear version, from what I know. From what I remember seeing, at least. So that's all very nice. Okay, there we go. I varied up my attacks a little more that time. I think it helped. I can just be done with James Buster Douglas knockout boxing forever. And boy, that'll be a paradise, man. Dang it, we're done. Dynamite Joe, how dare you? Woo! We got a lot of points for that last bout, though, as you can see. We did set a new high score, despite not going through all of the title fights beforehand. Jeez, I don't think I've got him. I think he's got me. How did I know? Oh, it couldn't be the TKO! Oh shit. That's the end for old Buster. But the question is, if you defend against Dynamite Joe, does it give you, like, the end credits? Does it say you beat the game? Because if that's the case, I would love for that to happen, just so I can say, hey, look, now I really have no reason to play it. And before someone says, oh, but now you gotta do it on hard, and I'll say, hey, no. I'd rather, scoop out my own eyes. Not true. Before somebody, before some demon from another plane tries to make that bet with me. That was a joke. Like, I'm getting so many hits in on him now, but he's not taking much damage. He's a man of an immense amount of what am I looking for? What's the word? He's got stamina, you know? Just like that Sia song where she keeps saying, I got stamina over and over. You know, can we talk for a second about how unfairly maligned repetition is in music? Like, so many people are like, oh, that song sucks because it's just the same thing over and over. And I'm like, yo, but that can actually be really good. Like, people love Daft Punk. Or loved when they existed. Rip. They were on top of the world, but guess what? They were one of the most repetitive bands I can think of. Everybody always memes about Around the World and how it's the same lyrics for the entire song, arguably the same synth lines. There's like a couple synth lines that just repeat. And then just Around the World over and over and over. But people love it. You know why? Because repetition is not automatically a bad thing. It can be an incredibly powerful tool in music. It just depends on what kind of music you're writing and whether or not it will benefit from it. If you're trying to write like a prog rock album, repetition is probably going to be your enemy. Prog rock revolves heavily around constantly changing and changing. Really? I'm not going. Okay, you are going to let me get up. It hits me 2 more times though, and I'm dead. But I think pop is. I think that repetition is perfectly acceptable in pop music and stuff like that. Like that classic vintage meme of people comparing like Frank Sinatra songs to Justin Bieber songs back in like 2012, back when people thought that was still funny. Or like, oh, look at these Frank Sinatra lyrics that he never wrote, and look at these Justin Bieber lyrics that he also didn't ever write. And it's like, see, it's just baby, 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 baby. It's like, it's not, for one. You're cherry picking a specific portion of the song. I'm not trying to sit here. Oh, game over. Shit. I'm not trying to sit here and tell you that Baby by Justin Bieber is a good song, because it's not. But to mock the lyrics for some repetition is ridiculous. You can do the exact same thing for Frank Sinatra. You do that song where he keeps going, my ring-a-ding-ding, my ring-a-ding-ding, round select. Okay. What if I set it to 1? And then what if I play as Dynamite Joe? I don't know what any of this will do. But just say that that's what you do, right? I assume that this just means at the actual end after 1 round and it'll be decided by a decision. But no, repetition is perfectly fine. Take the entire krautrock genre, for instance. It's a, if you don't know what krautrock is, it is a style of experimental / progressive rock that originated in Germany in the 70s. And it was very, like, repetitive. You'd have, like, this basically the same riff chunking for, like, from, like, 4 to 10 minutes, just kind of grooving and going. The drums just kind of doing the same thing, and that same riff just repeating over and over. And you know what? It's intoxicating. It's hypnotizing. It's fantastic stuff. You ever need an example, go listen to, Can is a great one. Faust is another very, very good one. Kraftwerk's first album is actually a good example of krautrock before they went full synth pop. But yeah, it's repetition can be used to great effect. Another example is black metal. Black metal uses very repetitive riffs. You could write a black metal song with 2 riffs and just, like, swap them every now and then, and it would be an absolute banger. And it's been done. Pretty sure there are some Mayhem songs that are literally just 2 riffs. Heck, when I saw them live, they played Freezing Moon, arguably their most popular song, and the entire bridge section of that song felt like it was like an hour long. It was just the same riff, just constantly. Over and over, and you know what? Everyone in that room was feeling it. How'd I even get on this topic? I don't know. But I'm glad to have something to take my mind off the fight. You can't beat me. I'm Dynamite Joe. Get up against those ropes, fool. Oh, you're back for more? You're back for more, sucker? No, the problem with repetition is when you are repeating something that sucks. If you have a bad hook, and that bad hook keeps going, then it grates on you. Take, for example, Bad Blood by Taylor Swift. I am not a Taylor Swift hater. I've seen her live. I didn't pay for it, but I have seen her live. I've heard basically all her albums, I think. Maybe there's like one or two I haven't listened to all the way through. But I don't think she's that bad. But Bad Blood is a horrible, horrible, horrible song. Because the chorus is really awful. And it's not even the same word like over and over. She doesn't say bad blood over and over or anything. That's not the problem. The problem is just like the melody. It's a terrible melody. Like, if she wrote that herself, that's not what I'd be proud of. If it was written by a committee, I'd fire the whole committee. She does write her own music, though, from what I know, so I guess we'll just have to blame her on that one. That was a quick fight, I would say. Good job, Dynamite. Sometimes I almost prefer ultra repetitive songs to ever-changing songs. You'll get some songs where it's like, hey, we wrote 17 riffs for this song, and you're like, I can't get into a groove, man! Yeah, I know, you're very, very technical, good job, but just, like, give me something to soak in, man. I need to feast upon your best riff. Another example, Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath. Besides the kind of, like, bridge riff, most of the song is the same riff over and over. It's and yeah, there's different singing that goes over, some different drum work and everything. There's variation in it, but it builds a strong foundation on one riff that keeps drilling itself into your brain until you're just completely devoured by it. That is indeed the stuff. Anyway, enough about that. I'm just decided to have a 4-day week is all. That's all I really mean to say with all this. Let's see if we can actually beat the game this time. We couldn't clinch it as Buster. I don't even know if these characters play differently. I don't know if they have like different stats, or I know they don't have different movesets because I'm throwing the exact same punches Buster was throwing. Or are they literally just sprite swaps for the sake of giving the game a tiny, tiny bit of flavor. Look at him. Look at that smile. The smile that launched 1,000 ships. Defense match round 3. Alright, well. Bad start. We've been punched in the face by Kim Nang. Good start. We have punched Kim Nang in the face many times. Okay, he's no longer taking damage. My face punches. What if I lure him out more? Come on. Come on, man. Come on and fight. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. You know what? Fair enough. I'll come to you. So you can get some easy punches in on me. Yeah. Great game plan from me there. I could have just ran down the clock if he didn't want to move. Oh, now he's coming for it, though. It's not doing any more damage, though. I don't know what I thought was going to happen. I was expecting that if I brought him out a little bit further, the game would just be more fun. Turns out that's not the case. This is like actually some of the most brain-dead gaming I've ever done, and I've played clicker games. Clicker games are more enticing than this. And it's not even close. There, get down and stay down, nerd! Oh my god, you didn't quite... Let me just win this by decision. I do in fact win. 10-8. 10-8, good enough. Yeah, setting that down to 1 round was great to expedite the process here for sure. What kind of maniac sets it to 12 rounds? Can you even go to 12 rounds in this game? King Jason. No, this is Buster Douglas. I'm sorry, okay, that seems like a horribly offensive bit there, but the sprites are very similar. Makes sense that Buster's the final boss when you're Dynamite Joe. Or when you're probably anybody who is not Buster. Gotta get that, likeness in there. Get your money's worth out of it. Make him the big boss man, you know? The ref's not gonna tell us to break? The ref's just... Never mind. I thought the ref was just gonna let us go to town. Come on, ref, give the people what they want. Let me get the chair out. That'll unglue the crowd. Quit getting hits on me, or else the judges will vote for you. I'm just focusing, right? I don't want to lose this, but I'm gonna though. He's made mincemeat out of me. No, vote for me, guys. Vote for me. I'm the best. 10-7, huh? I detect some collusion. It's a high score though. Before I have to continue. Okay, we continue. Let's see if we can get him in some way. Defense match 4. So here's what we do. We get 3 hits and then we just avoid them forever. Even though it's a 2-dimensional space and I can't even do like any side-to-side work or anything like that. Okay, well, he got the first hit on me. That's fine. I'll just get the next hit. Okay, he got another hit on me. That's fine. I'll just get the next hit. He appears to not be losing stamina at all, and as a matter of fact, he just kind of keeps regaining it. Okay, Buster, I got a big problem with you and your game. I think your game is bad, and I never want to play it again. Oh. It's a necessary piece of the puzzle, though. You know what I say. We need to see every aspect of gaming to appreciate it. That's why I've been reading old issues of Computer Gaming World. I think that's what it's called. Reading the issue from 1981, the very first issue. It's mostly talking about like war games on the Apple II, because what else was there back then? They weren't exactly playing, you know, World of Warcraft at that point. There's a big old article written by, what's his name? Chris something, I forget his last name. He was a big war game designer back in the day, though. Programmed and designed a lot of them. He was talking about, what computers mean for the future of wargaming, and, he predicted a lot of good future points, you know? Well, there's no way the judges vote for me on this one. Hate to say it. Oh, he was saying stuff I like. oh, once the technology gets just a little bit better, playing these games solo will be just as good like an experience as having your friends around the table. I'm like, hey, well, you weren't wrong. You weren't wrong. The AI's gotten good. Game over again, huh? That's why I'm on easy. Well, Buster Douglas didn't do it for me. Dynamite Joe didn't do it for me. That means it's King Jason's time. Come on, King Jason. Make something happen. He's also talking about how, while we can connect to other computers through a phone line, in about 5 years, the technology will be good enough to where anybody can do so, and you'll be able to play war games with your friends. I'm like, you were right about that too, my man. Like, it's much better than a classic anecdote I heard from a friend, and I'm not sure if this actually happened or if it's just like a chainmail kind of story where said that in one of their college classes in the 80s, way back then. They're an old friend. I have some older friends. Was it college or high school? I don't remember which, but they're like a computer lab professor, teacher, someone brought out this massive gold disc and was like, this is 1 megabyte. This is probably more storage than you will ever see in your life. It's like, oh man, that's a prediction. Oh, look at that. 3 punches is all it takes for King Jason until we get to the final fight, and then it'll just be awful. That might be the new fastest knockout, though. Good job, Kim Nang. Just end the boxing. At least I don't see any other boxing games in the near future on the games list. Unless Dynamite Duke is a boxing game, but I doubt it. Or maybe Joe Montana Football is a boxing game. Really? We'll still have Master System reruns after this? We gotta be finished with those soon, right? It can't just be Master System repeats forever. But you know, that's the price you pay. That's just part of surveying an entire console's library is getting through that stuff. The repeats, the low budgets, the forgotten ones, the bad ones, the ports. Okay, he did put up a fight. Admittedly. I'll give him that much. But man, there's so much stuff on the horizon that makes me think, ooh, that could be really good. And I hope it is all as good as it looks. I know that the Genesis is an absolute haven for shoot-em-ups, and I think I see multiple on the horizon. But we'll still have to get through a few other games that I'm not so sure about. Alright, Buster. Let's just get this over with so I can get to my title defenses, and then you can take it off me. I know how this works. Can you not? Can you not, man? Can you not? Okay, or I can just get no hits in on you at all. I could just never win the title in the first place. I guess that's the way to prevent that from happening. But I didn't feel like that. Talent ref. Okay, never mind. That went okay. Went okay indeed. Any video games you, the viewer, have been playing lately? Anything that's been tickling your fancy? Anything you just need to talk about? And you're like, oh yeah, dude, I played Jackass the video game on PS2 and it was the bomb. I do actually want that game. I've heard it's average at best, but I'm you call a Jackass mega fan. I've seen every episode, seen all the movies. It's just, I can't get enough of those jackasses, you know? Wish I was doing, you know, 60 minutes to lose on the PlayStation so I could just get one step closer to that. No. I would love to in the far distant future, but I can't have more than like 2 libraries at a time going, or else we're just gonna get ultra diluted. I gotta get through all Sega's stuff first, which will take me, at the rate that I'm skipping episodes, like 20 years. I hope not, man. Get some more stuff done. Get back into the groove a little bit here. Now that the renovation is done, the groove, I think, will kick back in. Ding, ding, ding. Hooray, another fight won. Good job, Jason. This game makes me sleepy. I sleep playing this game, which is probably a sign that it's a great game that everyone should play. Alright, dang. Let's just get this over with. This whole fight's a formality, right? And again, the second that I start disrespecting an opponent like that is the second that they're going to just like unload on me. So better just do that. See, there I chose to do the very, very tactical thing where I kept punching repeatedly over and over into his head and hoped that he didn't block. If he doesn't block, the strat works great. If he blocks, you're mincemeat. Look at him. He's so happy with himself. Alright. Dynamite Joe. If it ain't another just page in the build-up. I'm sorry, Dynamite Joe, you're a filler episode. Dude, why have I never heard somebody say that in like a wrestling promo? Like, building up to like a championship match, you're getting all cocky, and they're like, I'm sorry to say, but that's all you'll ever be, is a filler episode. And then the crowd goes, oh, you got him, man, you got him good, oh, you jerk. Just fall, please. Thank you. Can I keep punching him while he's in the ropes? You can't even do that in pro wrestling, which means it must be possible in boxing. Like how his head just like warped right through all the ropes. Either that, or maybe the ropes decapitated him. That's brutal to think about, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, been really enjoying reading old gaming magazines, getting some insight into what it was all like. I've played my fair share of old games, you know, but it's not like I was there with an Apple II in 1981 actually having to do it. With no other options, right? But the people seemed happy, you know, for the most part. They were like, oh, this is an excellent war game. And I'm like, wow, dude, you're like inputting numbers, and then it tells you if the numbers are good or not. And they're like, yeah, it's the best. See, like, that's why every time people complain about, like, a modern game, they're like, it's so bad, when in reality the game is okay. I'm like, oh, shut up. You know how good you have it. It doesn't mean you can't be critical ever. Dude, we're doing okay this time. Look at that, he's down. If we win this, King Jason is my new best friend. I have to hold out though, is the problem. That's the hard part, because once Buster wakes up, he can turn it all around on me. I need to survive. Oh, god damn it, that's not how you survive. He's indeed turning around. Yeah, he's down again! One more time I can TKO. One more time. Just don't go down yourself. Don't go down yourself, bud. Keep it in there, Jason. I just want to beat this game on easy. And prove that I am the most button-mashingest of them all. Okay. He went down twice. There's no way he wins this decision, right? Good. 10-6. I win. Ugh! Finally! King Jason, King of the Ring. Oh, final match! What the heck are you talking? Oh no, who's this guy? Oh shit! I thought I had it all figured out. Ironhead? Does that mean I can't punch his head? That's my only move. It's the only thing that King Jason knows how to do is punch directly in the head. Oh no. I was all like, oh sweet, I've beaten everybody in the defense matches, and we're good to go, no other problems. And then final match, what are you talking about? One moment, please. Okay, back with you. Wife needed the Sling TV password. I don't know why. I believe I'm logged into Sling TV on the device she's watching on, but maybe she's watching the bedroom. Oh my god. Look at him just regain his stamina. Like, I'm trying my best here, man. I'm trying to punch him in the head over and over. The only tactic that works. But he's just like, the amount that he regenerates is insane. This dude is out of this world. Break? I don't want to break. I want to fight, man. I don't want to fight. I want to never play this game. Oh, man. There's no beating him. You can't damage him. You can't injure him. There I go. Mash those buttons. Aha! Now surely the judges will vote for me because they feel bad for me. We set another high score. Making it to the final fight is almost assuredly the best I will be able to do. So I don't want to beat Ironhead. You know, he's a terrible man. Look at that. Why are you wearing the mask, Ironhead? You afraid that your parole officers will find you here? Fight, they say. I've been fighting! It's this Ironhead guy who keeps dodging me because he's a coward. I hate him so much. Dude, this is awful. Why do this to the player? I'd be like, here's this guy that you can't really hurt, and he just keeps regenerating, so that there's nothing you can do about it. Have fun, kids. Man, it deflates you, you know? I feel sorry for the kid who got this game for Christmas. Fortunately, it didn't release like in December. It wasn't like a big Christmas season game. Still in September 1990, remember? Come on, just vote me as the best because you appreciate the heart that I have, judges. You're not buying it. 10-3? I didn't know you could get as low as a 3. Oh. That's a total game over. Well, let's check out Spectator Mode, because it's a mode we haven't looked at, and it's slightly different, and really it just means that I don't have to play it. Oh. Oh, sorry. I needed a nice little drink there. Been seething too much. It's a full 12-round fight between hard level opponents. It'll be the all-time classic. Can we get Ironhead in here? No, we can't. We Dynamite Joe. versus King Jason. The King versus the Dynamite. Let's see how much they lay into each other here. Okay. Well, they seem to be hitting each other, both much easier than I was ever able to hit anybody. Although Dynamite Joe has a decided advantage early on here. He got some real heavy hits on the King Jason's head as soon as the bell rang, and he's following up well. He's staying on the defensive. Jason can't seem to get a swing in. One mild chip off the old block, but Dynamite has absorbed that like you wouldn't believe here. The fists are flying. You can't even tell what's going on because of how the game is programmed. The crowd in the background, you know, the crowd texture does loop. I'll give you that. I see the same guy in the white shirt kind of looping over and over, but there's a decent variety in people here. I'm enjoying this riveting fight tonight. We're not going to see any first round knockouts here. Joe and Jason are going to go the distance. Just hear me out on that one. Oh, man, even in spectator mode, it's dull. Even in the mode that you're not playing, it's dull. Whoa, crazy take there. Look at that backwards jump from Joe. Joe still with a decided advantage on Jason. Jason is trying his best to recover. And actually, against all odds, he's evened it up with 2 seconds left. Alright, round 1 is over. They're both going to be in full fighting condition for the second round of this bout. And Joe, with a very similar opening to the first round, getting some incredibly heavy hits in early on, but can he capitalize? He's going to need to follow up with it and follow through if he's going to put King Jason down. Jason is no slouch. We saw him go all the way to Ironhead and come just short. They're whiffing at each other like you wouldn't believe. Jason getting, again, just a few chip shots in on Joe, but Joe seems to be getting the heavier punches in for the most part here. But it's looking more even than it ever has here. Joe's ability to follow up with his offense just doesn't seem to exist. Jason is given yet again room to breathe and recover from the beatdown that he received early in the round. They seem to both do the exact same combination of moves at each other 3 times in a row to no avail. Perhaps they may want to consider picking up their strategies, perhaps bobbing and weaving to the side. If this were not a 2D game, I'm sure they would consider that. They're maintaining strong ounce of stamina. These two finely conditioned men are in the best shape of their lives. It's difficult for us to make an appropriate assumption from the commentary box, but it looks like King Jason came out with the smallest advantage at the end of that round. That seems to be the MO. Can Joe open up round 3 with as much offense as he has been? It doesn't appear so. Jason is pushing him into his side of the ring, getting just enough shots to gradually start opening up. Can he find a hole in that defense? Stronger hits in. King Jason, in a strange move, has opted to corner himself into his side of the ring. I'm not sure it's what I would do, but I'm not the one boxing. Again, an incredibly even round. We could see this go the entire distance, except I set it for 12 rounds, and I don't think I'll even have enough time to get to the end here. So we won't even see a decisive end to this, because I didn't think ahead. Quite frankly, I'm fine with it. We're talking about a game so unfun that I found any excuse to not play it. However, look at that incredible shot that Jason just gave to Joe. Almost put Joe in an enraged state, who is pounding Jason over and over with some of the heaviest blows, and Jason's down! For the first time, a man has been knocked down in this bout. The ref counts to 7, 8, 9. Joe wins it! It did not go the distance. He found the opening that he needed. And he succeeded. Look at that. An incredibly happy man who no doubt will be happy to bring home an incredibly lucrative bag. Anything to not play the game. This next bout will be Buster versus Kim Nang. Who will win? We may not see the end of it. All we can do is pray to the Lord for a better game next episode. Oh my god, look at that! That absolutely insane shot to Kim's head from Buster. Completely knocking the wind out of him. He still stands, but you can be certain that he is going to feel that in the morning for the next 3 months. However, Kim Nang not letting Buster come in for the quick KO, trying to hold his ground, trying to stay focused and stay in the match. Nang comes in swinging with a couple of gut checks, but Buster's not going to let that bother him. He knows he's found Kim's weakness. Can he find it again? Buster instead opting for several smaller punches just to wear down Kim Nang's vitality. It's death by 1,000 cuts. They are now being told to get it over with by the referee. And Kim is taking hit after hit. Buster looks like he's not even breaking a sweat. Buster looks like he could do this for another 10, 20, 30 rounds of boxing. As he lays into Kim with several brutal hits. That is not going to be a good intermission for Kim Nang. He is not looking 100% coming into round 2, and you can already tell the respect he has for his opponent as he glides across the ring in a crouched pose. Buster getting in a few more early shots on Kim, punching the air in front of him. We were not aware that this was a shadow boxing federation, yet here we are. They appear to be doing a strange ritualistic dance with each other, and the fight has resumed. It's not that Kim can't get any offense in. He does find the occasional love tap here and there, but Buster has not let him recover. Kim has been fighting at half-mast for almost this entire bout. And Buster is making sure to continue it. Look at that, a series of brutal headshots. It is only our hope that Kim Nang's will states that his brain go to CTE research. But he's a scrappy athlete, is Kim, as he stays in the game, trying to get any hits. He's looking like he's about out of it. Only one more hit, and he's up against the ropes. Can he get himself back up? He does. He comes back for more. He says, "I didn't hear no bell." And we go into the third round. If you ask me, I believe it could all end here. With the performance that Buster has been putting on, I'm not sure Kim stands a chance. And oh my god, look at that! Instantly, within 8 seconds of the bell ringing, Kim goes down. He simply did not have enough time to regain his equilibrium, but he gets back up again. They punch at each other, missing each other by an inch. Kim backs himself back into his ropes. The turtle technique. Undergoing a deep defensive maneuver and still managing to get slaughtered by Buster. They stare each other down for a bit. Kim finally decides to end the ceasefire with some strange sign language of his own. It's clear that he does not intend to harm Buster, lest his arms actually make contact. The referee is saying, "This is nonsense. The people are paying for a boxing match, not for interpretive dance. I cannot believe what I'm seeing here, folks. It defies description. Goes beyond explanation. Buster's almost got him down, but Kim will be saved by the bell, I believe. Yes, he is. He lives another day. Unfortunately, we're all out of time, and we have to air reruns of The Big Bang Theory, so we won't be able to show you the rest of the fight. I'll at least let you look at the sprites. Yeah, so that was everything that I expected from it, and I mean that in the most backhanded way possible. I'm putting that in a very shameful place on the list, and I don't apologize. James Buster Douglas, Knockout Boxing. You were not a good game, we'll say. And yeah, what's it going for these days? Yeah, like I said, price charting shows a loose cartridge at $7.26. Even if you want a brand new sealed in box copy, it's like $40 for a game that old. That's how much no one wants it. Man, it's just, at least I can breathe a sigh of relief saying it's over. No more knockout boxing. At least not until, there's another even worse boxing game that shows its face here. Good God. Well, we got that over with. What is the next game on the Genesis list that we will be playing? It's another Master System repeat, but this was a decent game on the Master System, meaning I hope that it will also be a decent game on the Genesis. It is Super Monaco GP. Hopefully it'll be an even better version because, the Master System... Actually, it was in the upper half of the library according to where I placed it, so good job. Yeah, I'm just crossing my fingers for something real good because I'm gonna need something to clean my mouth out after the knockout boxing. Anyway, that's enough rambling on about that. You all get the picture here. Thank you, as always, for watching, spending an hour with me. It means a great deal to me. It always does. I'll catch you next time.